Hello everyone, today I'm talking about South Korea, also often simply just referred to as Korea. South Korea is located in East Asia and makes up the southern part of the Korean peninsula. It shares borders with North Korea, which is one of the world's most heavily militarized borders, with almost 2 million soldiers patrolling each side of the border. Now Korea is quite small, especially given the fact that it has a population of about 50 million people. It's also a fairly old country. People are believed to have lived there for at least 10,000 years. Whoa, that's more people than I went to high school with. Wait, can I actually apply that to everything? South Korea is such an impressive country in many ways. Firstly, it has one of the strongest economies in East Asia. Back in the 1960s, the GDP per capita was not far from those of the poorer countries of Asia and Africa. And just 4 decades later, in 2004, South Korea entered the $1 trillion club of world economies, and is now the 12th largest economy. Now that's what I like to call impressive. That star I once got on one of my math tests suddenly doesn't seem like such a big accomplishment. But okay, I was a 10-year-old girl. You're a whole country. No. You've still ruined it for me, Korea. You forever diminished all of my achievements, Korea. Oh yeah, that's right. South Korea is an extremely beautiful country with a quite mountainous terrain, and it just has so many spots that you can't find anywhere else. The capital city of Korea is Seoul, which is one of the largest cities in the entire world, and almost half of the population live in the Seoul National Capital Area. Seoul is also the headquarters of many Korean international companies, such as Hyundai, LG, Samsung, and Kia. Kia I've noticed a lot because they always sponsor the Australian Open in tennis. Yes, when I watch tennis I do actually pay attention to other things than Nadal and Federer's perfectly structured... Where was I? Oh, and my phone is a Samsung phone, so thanks for that, Korea. Because of you I can scroll down my newsfeed whenever I want to see what people I barely know are up to. Oh, and I can check my blood pressure whenever I want, which is all I've ever really wanted. Measuring. I'm so impatient. 63! I hope that's good, and that you guys still accept me, regardless of what my blood pressure is. Korea has a weird age system. As soon as you enter the country, you become 1 year older, because you're already 1 year old when you're born. To complicate things even further, as soon as the new year passes, everyone becomes 1 year older, or, you know, the age that they would reach at some point throughout the year. So everyone kind of shares the same birthday, which is very magical. But don't fret, the Koreans do celebrate their real birthdays, and they have some fun traditions to go with it. The best one, in my opinion, is known as the Dol. This is a Korean tradition that celebrates the first birthday of a baby. Here, the child is sat in front of a table with many different objects, such as money, food, and string. Whichever object the child then picks up will foretell the child's future. So for instance, if the child picks up the book, it's destined to become smart. If it picks up money, it's destined to become wealthy, and so on. In a home movie of one of my early birthdays, I pick up an empty toilet paper roll. I wonder what that'll leave me with. Please don't answer that. Why was there an empty toilet paper roll on my birthday table? Don't answer that either. Speaking of sad things, let's talk about adultery, because adultery was actually illegal in South Korea until February this year. Good thing the Ashley Madison leak happened after that law change. Well, good or bad, I guess. Depends on how you see it. Now let's talk a bit about the Korean people. They're definitely very kind, well-groomed, and very, very hard-working. 98% of Koreans complete a secondary education, and 63% a college education. South Korean men apparently almost spend $900 million a year on makeup, mostly BB cream foundation, which up to 20% of the male population use regularly. Now that may sound weird, but if women are allowed to cover up their flaws with makeup, then why should men be allowed to? The Koreans have also experimented with some fun beauty products throughout the year, including a snail cream, which is a moisturizer made from snail guts. You know what resides in guts? Shit! So you're kind of covering your face in shit? Not a fan. But to be fair, with all the chemicals and toxins in regular makeup nowadays, it probably is safer to cover your face in shit. This video isn't sponsored by the Snail Feces Association, by the way. Just don't check my bank account statements the next couple days. Or ever. Now, if you ever plan on going on a date in South Korea, apart from smudging your face with snail shit, you should also know your blood type, because that's apparently a big deal in Korea for some people when dating. Because Koreans believe that certain blood types indicate certain personalities. Apparently, blood type B is commonly thought as being the least desirable, which happens to be my blood type. That explains a lot. Well, it's the least desirable according to the Korean rom-com My Boyfriend is Type B. Anyways, that's it for today. I could go on for ages talking about this wonderful country, but I hope you enjoyed the parts that I did go through. See you tomorrow, and bye!